Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the 6th house and the 5th house in the natal horoscope. Well, as most of you people out there know, the 6th house governs employment, service to others, work, service, health, hygiene, and fitness, pets, I guess you could say animals. I kind of look at it more as pets. That's me. I guess, could be animals anyway. And then the 5th house governs amusement, things of enjoyment, entertainment, creative endeavors, sports, our hobbies, fun-filled interests. So anyway, let me get started. Well, I think one obvious interpretation of this is that, the work of the person may involve something with creative endeavors. Could be sports, athletics of some kind, things of amusement, enjoyment. The person might, work in some kind of entertainment field, something, dramatic nature, acting. Person could even writing as a creative interest. This person may also bring, also we know that the 5th house is connected with gambling. Maybe the person might even work in a casino or something with I guess you could say like Las Vegas, bookmaker or something, with the odds or something, point spreads and sports or whatever. So anyway, but I mean legally, of course, is what I'm referring to as far as that goes. But anyway, another thing is that this person, work environment may be one where, even if it's not in any of the above mentioned fields, would like to incorporate, in all probability, some kind of fun and amusement to it, and brings, work might bring out the whimsical or capricious side of this person. Also, the pets are, this person has maybe seen as something where, almost like they might like the, almost like a child, a pet may be perceived, as a child, or the I guess you could say the person might like the childlike, qualities of a pet, because it's similar, perhaps to, taking care of their own child. Another thing is, that the 6th house is connected with, health and fitness, and this person's health in some cases maybe could impact, I guess, the enjoyment aspect or element of his or her life. I mean, if the person is debilitated or sickly, obviously there's less time for amusement, and fun, or, not necessarily having that exuberance and energy connected with that. If the person obviously, is more healthy, there's going to be, obviously a greater interest and more enthusiasm directed at, I guess you could say, things of amusement in their creative endeavors, and, things that, their hobbies and interests. We can look at this also where I guess you can kind of say like the the 6th house governs, hygiene as well, and this person, may have, you know like to be, I guess you could say, looking good, being clean, being healthy, makes them enjoy their, I guess you could say, perhaps their fun-filled, activities a little bit more. And especially if this person does have some interest in sports, obviously this person might be the type of person that wants to really look, I guess you could say, quote unquote, clean, immaculate looking, healthy and vigorous when it's, not, I don't mean just, physically fit. I mean, wants to have, project a clean image in, I guess you could say, as far as, doing their, things connected with sports or their creative endeavors, especially obviously if this is around other people and they're not by themselves. This is also, I guess you could say, something where, the work environment, could be such where, they, even if they're not in a fun, necessarily what you would maybe perceive as a fun-filled place of amusement, it could be the person you know, likes, you know, might bring some games or some kind of, I guess you could say, like, you know, bring their iPhone, look at their applications, and, you know, during their times when, during their breaks or whatever, and they would like to inject some kind of fun, you know, where they are in, I think also, you know, the sixth house corresponds with Virgo. So I could see, you know, people that have this position bringing somewhat of a systematic, organized, very regimented, you know, way of handling, you know, handling their, I guess you could say, their creative, fun-filled activities. Fun-filled activities, you know, organization might be brought to them. It might even be structured where they have, you know, set times to do certain things, whether it's sports activities or just general things of fun and amusement, such as going to like an arcade or some kind of game room, and you know, whatever it might be. You know, there might be some kind of organization and structure that is directed at these activities. So anyway, and the only other thing I want to say on this is that, you know, the sixth house, you know, is health, and the fifth house is children. Also, the health may impact the rapport relationship with children. Perhaps if the person is debilitated and sickly, obviously the relationship, you know, could be impacted, and it could be, you know, possibly for better. You know, it probably would be obviously for worse if the child has to wind up taking care of this person, you know, maybe you know, more obligations directed at this parent, you know, because of this. Or if the health is obviously good, then the person is able to devote and dedicate more time and energy to his or her children. So that's, you know, another thing I wanted to get at as far as this placement goes. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the ruler of the sixth house posited in the fifth house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the ruler of the sixth house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.